Take you through the basics of using Screencastify, which is an extension for Google Chrome. First thing you need to do is download the extension. So you just type into Google Screencastify and this should be the website that you find first. I've already installed it. If you just click the button right here, then it should download it onto your desktop and as an extension on your Chrome. You'll know it's downloaded when there's this little icon up on the top right hand side of your browser. When you download it, you're going to be asked for an email address. I would suggest you use your ST-Larber email address, as it'll mean that it'll sync automatically with your Google Classroom so that you can post direct to classes, and also connect your Google Drive so that any videos you make are automatically saved there. Now, to start creating a video, the first thing you need to do is to click this extension link here. Now, it's going to look different from mine because I'm currently recording. What you should see is you should have three things along the top. You should have webcam only, browser tab, and desktop. Now, webcam only would be the one you would use if you don't want to use anything that's on your actual laptop or tablet screen. You just want them to see you in the recording. The browser tab is if you want to record over a PowerPoint or document, but it has to be, or a website, it has to be within Chrome. So it has to be ones that you can open up within your Chrome browser. Lastly, there's the desktop option. This is the one I use the most often, which will basically let you film your entire desktop, or will let you film applications. So things like PowerPoint or Word that you can just open on your desktop on the computer. The other thing I like about this one is it means that you have the flexibility to go back and forward and record anything that's on your desktop. So with that option, I could record stuff that's in my browser. I could record PowerPoints and stuff that were opened up as usual in here, and I can flip them back and forward, so I can show YouTube videos, I can show bits of PowerPoint, I can also show the Google Classroom page as well to explain instructions. So what I'm going to focus on today is just showing you how to use the desktop one. Once you select the desktop option, you will also have the option to embed your webcam if you want your video to show in the bottom corner as well. I hate hearing my own voice, so I don't usually use this one as well. You can also decide how long you want the countdown to be before the recording starts. And once you've decided all of this, you just click the button at the bottom that says record. Once you've done that, you'll also get a window that pops up in the middle here. Again, I don't get it because I'm recording already. And this will just ask you how you want to record. So whether you want it to be one application. So if you have PowerPoint open, it'll ask you, do you want to record just the PowerPoint screen? Or you can just choose instead to record the entire desktop. So this is what I did for this one here, so I could show you lots of different things. Once you start clicking record, you'll get a countdown that says 3, 2, 1, and then it'll start recording the desktop. You'll also get a toolbar that comes up at the bottom left-hand side as well, and I'm just going to talk you through some of the useful things that are found here. So the first thing is the pause button down on the bottom left-hand side. So this allows you to pause recording. Really useful if you're in the middle of recording something and you want to make sure you pause it and then can come back to it. Once you've clicked pause, you'll also get two other options. Again, I can't show you that without it pausing my recording. One of them is just a square that means to stop the recording completely and take you to the editing part where you can then post it. The other one is an option to restart the recording. So if you make a massive mistake and you just want to begin the whole thing again, it's an easier way of doing it is to click the button down here instead of having to go back through and choose all of your options and settings again. Now, the only issue I found with the rest of the tools in the toolbar is that they only work in the confines of the Chrome browser. So although you can record your full desktop, and I can move this out of the way or minimize it, and I can still record everything that would normally be behind it, you can't use some of these tools over the top of those other applications. You can only use them over the top of Chrome. So I'm just going to run through some of these options just now. The first ones are the options for the mouse. So there's three options here. You can use a focus mouse, which will let you focus in on certain areas of your screen. You can click the option for hiding the cursor when it's not moved. So if you don't want the cursor to be sitting in the middle of the screen as you talk about things, you can just make sure it gets rid of it as soon as you're not moving it. And lastly, there's a highlight clicks button. So if you click something, it'll highlight the place that you've clicked so it's easier for people when they're watching. There's also the pen and eraser options as well. So this will allow you to draw into any of the screens here. So I'll show you an example on a PowerPoint or a document that I've got from before. So say I'm talking about the PowerPoint here, I can use my pen to basically draw straight onto the PowerPoint or to highlight certain things for the pupils. And I can also erase it just using the eraser right next to it. There's also a final option to embed your webcam again with this one, just like there was before as well.